adjust the bow, and we're good. What's up, guys? My name is Alexis, and welcome back to the Beautiful Chaos YouTube channel. So today is the second day of Vlogmas. Again, I'm filming the morning of, but I might stop telling you guys that because you're going to think I'm very disorganized, which also would not be a lie. As I said yesterday, this was a very last minute impulse kind of decision to do Vlogmas, but we're on day 2 and I haven't failed yet, so we're gonna keep going. Today I am doing a Dollar Tree DIY. So I love Dollar Tree. They have a ton of really great craft materials, super cheap. We love it. This is a craft that pretty much everyone is going to be able to do. It's affordable, it's easy, super quick. If you don't have a lot of time, this is the one for you. I will say, if you're doing this, or if you're younger, go grab an adult to do this craft with. If you're a kid, we are going to be using like a box cutter or a knife, some sort of sharp object to cut that is not scissors. So if you're a younger one, go grab a grown-up, grab an adult, whoever you have around, even an older sibling. Yeah, we need supervision for this one, littles. But we are going to be making a Dollar Tree pin board. I will say, this is not the greatest pin board ever. However, if you are running out of room on your current board, or you know, you're just starting out pin collecting and you don't want to spend, you know, a ton of money on a nice pin board right off the bat, if you don't know if you're gonna get super into collecting and you just want a nice way to display it, this is probably the craft for you. So I'm gonna show it to you first before we get into it. But yeah, it's just a little cheap frame. I did already have the cork board, so you might have to go somewhere else. I don't know if Dollar Tree has that, but the frame and the little ribbon on here are both from Dollar Tree. You can get tape there. I taped it on the back, you'll see. And then your pins. So this is what mine looks like. There's the back quick, and this frame does have a little stand so you can display it just like you saw. Gonna pop that back up, and I think it turned out super cute, but I'm gonna roll the footage and let's see how I made this. Okay, hopefully my voiceover is recording here. So for this craft, like I said, you are going to need a frame. I got mine at the Dollar Tree. I had these corkboard pieces on hand, and this was just a box cutter, but feel free to use whatever you have. There's also like a little X-Acto knife that I had on hand. So yeah, I am just gonna go ahead and move some stuff and open up the frame. I just need to get some plastic off of it, as you can see. And then once this is done, we are gonna start. Also, I hope you guys like the background music I chose for this video. It was just one of the free licensed ones on my phone, but I thought it was very upbeat and uplifting for Vlogmas Day 2. I don't know. So I am just gonna go ahead and push up the little prong things that are holding the back of the frame in place. This bottom one here did give me a bunch of trouble. The other ones were super easy. So again, littles or younger kids, if you're doing this, grab an adult. It did hurt my fingers quite a bit. So we are just going to take off the little backer card thing here that has the stand. That is just like a thick piece of cardstock, basically. And you can just toss out the little picture that they put in there for you. And be careful when you pop out the glass, because it is glass, obviously. So you can just set that piece of glass to the side. We're not going to use it. I am planning on doing a video with that piece of glass though, so you should keep it and stay tuned for that next video. So I am just going to take that piece of cardstock with the backer card, and I am just going to put it onto my cork board and trace it with a Sharpie. And this is just to make sure that we're cutting our cork board to the right size so we know that it's going to fit in the frame. You could just cut around the backer with your knife right away. I just find it easier to trace it. That way I don't have to worry about the backer card thing like moving while I'm trying to cut around it. I don't know. But feel free to do whichever way you think is going to be easiest for you. This is just how I did it. And then once you're done, you can just toss that to the side. Obviously, we are going to need to keep it. And this is when you need to grab an adult or just start being really careful. We're going to start cutting the cork board. Please do not be like me and cut towards yourself. That is not how you're supposed to cut. This is just, I don't know what I was thinking. This is how I did it. Don't be like me, guys. So on this first pass through, I am not cutting all the way through the cork board. I am just making like score lines basically. So I'm cutting through, but not like all the way, if that makes sense. I'll show you here in a second. And there you go. You can see that it cut, but not all the way through. And now I'm gonna go back in and cut all the way through, like the rest of the way through that cork board. So please ignore the mess on my craft table as well. I need to clean it. You'll probably see a Christmas cleaning video coming up in a few days. And now that you cut all the way through, my cork board just broke right off where I cut it, which was super nice. I am going to keep that bigger piece because I might be able to reuse it for another craft. And same thing, I did scratch my table a little bit, but that's okay. So yeah, we're just going to continue cutting all the way through, all the way around that rectangle we traced. And now we're on our last side. There we go. And once you're done, make sure you close up whatever you are using to cut it. Mine does have a little locking mechanism, so I made sure to keep that in place. But now we have a nice big rectangle, or a nice clean rectangle, I should say. So we are going to take our frame, lay it down, and then just pop the cork board right in there. And it should fit pretty perfectly. Maybe not perfect, but it should fit pretty well. As you can see here, I did have to pop, or like, wiggle mine in just a little bit. But that is not a problem for me. And then you can take that back piece and put it in, or put it on top, and then we're just going to close up the little prong things. You will have to press down a little bit harder on the back just to get these to close, since the cork board is thicker than, you know, a picture would be if you were just going to put a picture in the frame. You can see here, this one is making me struggle a little bit. Again, hurt my thumb, but I am okay, and it's fine. And that is the last one. So now you can go ahead. Oh, there's one on the bottom. I lied. So now we're going to go ahead and flip it over. And you could stop here and just put your pins on it if you really wanted to. So if you don't want a super fancy one, go ahead and stop here. I had this really pretty like metallic mesh ribbon on hand. This is also from Dollar Tree. And I decided that I wanted to make mine a Christmas one. And I'm gonna add this somewhere on there. You'll see me change my mind a couple of different times on here. You'll see I tried to do it the long way across like that. And my intention in the beginning was to fill the whole cork board, like cover the whole thing with it. But I realized my piece wasn't quite long enough, wasn't quite big enough, wide enough, whatever. And I just wasn't liking how it looked. So here in a second, you're gonna see me scrap this piece of ribbon, which is fine. The whole roll was $1. But I didn't like how it looked down the middle like that. So that's where I decided to trash it. And now you're gonna see me flip it over, and I'm gonna try to wrap the cork board like a present almost, but without adding a super fun fluffy ribbon, if that makes any sense. You'll see what I mean here in a second. So I am just gonna tape down a piece on the back, wrap it all the way around front, and then have enough overlapping on the top there where I'm still going to be able to tape that down. And here's my tape. I did have to pause recording to go find that because apparently I didn't have any on my craft table. So yeah, I am just taping down that ribbon, as you're gonna see here. I did tape mine down pretty well. I just didn't want it to like pop off or like come loose, because I felt like that ribbon might not take to the tape very well. So there's the bottom. And then I did cut mine a little bit too short. So I would say cut your ribbon longer if you're gonna do this step, because you can always cut ribbon off, but it's really hard to add more ribbon to this part. So you're gonna see that I ended up just taping it to the back of like the outer part of the frame. Like the border. There we go. And it worked just fine, but definitely cut a little bit longer than I did for that part. And once that's all taped down, you can go ahead and flip it back over to our pretty side. And I think that that looks super cute. It does look like a present, which is great. Excuse me. It's what I was going for. I love the little metallic elements in that ribbon. And now I am grabbing my Christmas pin board. I do already have one, but I just took off a couple of my favorite pins and popped them on here for the sake of the video, so you guys can see, you know, what it looks like with the pins on there. I was trying to figure out which pins to put on there. I didn't pre-plan that at all, so it took me a second to figure out which ones I wanted. I did only put 3 on there for you guys,
I figured you would get the point. But I will try to pop a picture of my actual Christmas pin board on my Instagram, which will be linked below. So go give me a follow over there. I'll try to do a feed post, but it will for sure be in my story today. And here you'll see the pin back does poke through just a tiny bit into that frame back, but not a big deal at all. I think this turned out super cute. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Here's the finished product.
And we're done with the craft already. How fun was that? I told you guys this was going to be super quick and super easy. I did not speed up any of that footage, so you saw me make that in real time. I wanted you guys to see how quick this craft actually can be. Obviously, I'm an adult, so I know what I'm doing. I know how to handle the sharp objects. I don't have to worry as much about, accidentally cutting myself. I've also made a couple of these before, so I did already know what I was doing. I just wanted to share with you guys. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy second day of Vlogmas. Happy December. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 3. Bye.